Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So this is my 10-gallon quarantine tank. Still has fish in it that need to be moved to their new permanent homes. Long overdue. I do have a tendency to leave fish in quarantine longer than necessary, but I guess that's better than not keeping them long enough. But so, just checking in on this tank. Last night I noticed this female platy was messed up. Its stomach is bloated and I wasn't sure if it was going to survive to the next day, but it is still alive. It's a gold Twinbar Platy. I wanted to get some gold Twinbar genes in the mix of my community tanks with mutt platies, mutt livebearers, and this, along the way, this is my third gold Twinbar Platy, I believe. Whoa. A fry just went by. That must have been just born in here. I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, so along the way, I've a couple times before this, I got gold Twinbar Platies and left them in quarantine too long, and then they ended up dying before making it to their permanent tanks. But it just kind of has some nostalgic qualities. Like many years ago when I had aquariums, my first apartment, I had a tank set up where I had platies, and I remember having a pair of gold Twinbar platies that I bought from a Walmart back then when they this was in Massachusetts, and they at the time Walmart sold fish, and when they had babies, I remember just like checking in, watching the tank and seeing like this one fry that was so bigger and healthier than all the others, and it was a gold Twinbar Platy. So just kind of having that memory. And that was until the time I had a 20-gallon long tank, and then I used to go fishing back then. I caught a tiny largemouth bass that was like 3.5 inches and ended up putting it in my fish tank, and that ate all the fish. But yeah, so looking into this tank, I also noticed this bladder snail right here that my first thought was like, oh, that's really pale and looking unhealthy. Maybe it's just due to conditions, not having enough calcium or whatever. But then I figure if that one's like that, the rest would be. Let me see if I can find others. Well, the others, well, okay, there's one, and back up there, and that's dark and healthy and just fine. So I'm wondering if this is a albino snail. Yeah, there's another one right there, just fine. I mean, you know, with fish or anything else, you can look at their eyes and see if they have like red eyes. They're albinos, but this is, I don't know, I guess it's an albino snail. I'm not a fan of albinos. Like, I have no fish that are albinos, and I don't want them. I don't like them. I just rather have normal fish. But like, you know, like corridors, there's albino corridors that are, well, I guess the same species as what would be bronze corridors, but albinos, or, you know, just different species would be albinos. I want none of them. I don't like them, and I would rather that snail not be like that. But I guess it's kind of interesting to find it like that. Yeah, so have some guppies that need to go to other tanks. The red platy will go in one of my community tanks, one of my 40 gallons that has primarily platies among the live bears. And there's Florida flagfish. There's one in there. So having them for the first time, I'm going to put those, see if they eat algae. There's black-bearded algae in one of my 40-gallon tanks, so we'll see how well they do. There's a Siamese algae eater in here too. So my previous video I mentioned that I had added Siamese algae just to a tank and they did not clean up the black-bearded algae like I thought they would. And I was speculating that's the reasons why, because I didn't see them for a while. I thought maybe they could have just died, but I have since seen them, so it's not because they're dead. So yeah, shortly when I get a chance to do some rearranging and moving some fish around, I will finally move those Florida flagfish in there and move some of these guppies. And there's also some sparkling gouramis in here. There's a flagfish with a better look at one right there. Well, somewhere in this Java moss, I guess, but I'm going to move those to my 20-gallon with guppy on their hybrids and rosy loaches. Alright, well that's it for now, and remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching. Oh wait, there's a sparkling gourami. Okay, that's it.